As reading broadened one's mind, I have fallen deeper and deeper into its abyss. In that journey, I stumbled upon a particular book with a title so bizarre for me at first. Despite that, this particular book is the reason that I'm here today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is BALQIS binti ZULKIFLI. I'm 16 years old and I'm a proud student of SEKOLAH AGAMA Al-Islahiyah MENENGAH. My school code is RFT0001. The book that have been reprints over 30 different editions and formats. Also, first New York Times best-selling in Scott Harvard series. Yes, it is none other than the masterpiece by THOR, State of the Union, which is the book that I'm going to review for today. This book has 532 pages and it took me almost 3 days to finish the whole story. So, imagine this. What if the biggest danger to a country isn't from the enemies outside, but actually from the people who inside the government itself? That's basically the kind of tension this book is built on, and it makes it really interesting to read. This novel is a political thriller and it follows the main character, Scott Harvard. He is a former Navy SEAL and Secret Service agent, so he's highly trained and used to dealing with dangerous situations. In this story, he starts to discover a conspiracy that could seriously threaten the United States. As he investigates more, things get more complicated than his prediction. He realized that the threat isn't just from the terrorists, but it actually might involve the people in powerful positions. I won't spoil anything, but there's a lot of twists and intense moments that keep the story moving. One thing I like about this book is how fast-paced it is. There always something happens, like action scenes, chases, or new discoveries, so it's never feels boring. The chapters in this book are actually quite short, which makes the story more easier to keep reading without getting tired. Another interesting part of the book was the theme itself. It talks about patriotism, trust, and whether the government can always be trusted. It also explores the balance between keeping people safe and giving them freedom. These ideas make the story more realistic than just a simple action story. Now, I have a question. You must have at least one favorite character at every time you're done with the book. Am I right? Well, in this story, my favorite character, obviously the main character itself, Scott Harvard. He's a strong and very interesting character. He's smart, brave, and very determined to do the right things. But at the same time, he can feel a bit like a perfect hero who almost never fails. Some readers might actually like that, but the others, including me, we can find it a bit unrealistic. The villains in the story are actually quite well done. They're not just random bad guys, they have clear motivation, which help the story more believable and adds more tension. In terms of writing style, THOR keeps things simple and direct. The language isn't too complicated, so it's easier to understand. There's also a lot of dialogues, which help the story move faster and make it feel more like a movie. Personally, what I enjoy most about this book was the suspense. There were so many moments where I actually wanted to know what would happen next, and it definitely kept my attention from beginning to the end. However, as a human creation, there are few weaknesses, just like this book. Some part of this story can be a bit predictable, especially if you ever read other thrillers, action, or spy stories. Also, the political details can be a little bit confusing for some readers. Overall, I will rate this book 4 out of 5. It is really exciting, easy to follow, and has a good mix of action and meaningful ideas, even though it's not that perfect. I would probably recommend to you guys this book, especially if you love to read thrillers, actions, or spy stories. If you like fast-moving plots or government conspiracy themes, then I can guarantee you this will be the perfect book you ever had. So yeah, that's my review for the book State of the Union by THOR. It is really engaging and intense story that will keep you thinking while also entertaining yourself. I believe you will enjoy reading this book as much as I am. Thank you for lending me your ears. Have a good read and salam madani.